I just read the first chapter of Tempting Me. I'll put the cover up here. You remember who? Roxy Sloan and Natasha something? Or Tasha something? I don't know. And I've started skimming it on page 3. So not really into it. A lot of extra verbiage. A lot of extra words. Fluffy. And telling. And the cheating. And chapter 1. Yep. Okay. Gonna go on to the next chapter for my next book. But 1's done. Let's go on to number 2. My cat's in heat. Like always. So, another update on my 10 chapter challenge. I got halfway through chapter 1 of Transfusion by Stephanie Hudson and Infodumpy. Telling, not interested. I might just get through all of the first chapters today. So, I read the first chapter of Their Second Chance by Miley Taden. It's my one. She was able to make me tear up. However, I'm hormonal at the moment, so it's not that hard to make me tear up. Just putting that out there. But she was able to give me tears, so that says something about her writing, but overall, I felt very meh. Sometimes you can show so much that you tell. And it's a rough balance. So part of my issue with this is repetitive. How many times she felt angry in the first chapter and had to explain that anger over and over and over again was not good. I even went on to the next one to see if it got any better, and it was just repetitive. Even their dialogue was repetitive, although that was the best part of it. But because of the repetitiveness and the limitations that it brings means that it also limits tension. I know exactly what was going to happen a few pages into the second chapter, so But I went on to my 4th, and it was The Royal Companion by Tanya Bird. So far, this is the contender. Interesting opening. Man hanged. Mother trying to essentially sell her daughter to royalty. There's unrest and rich versus poor kind of situation going on. So, strong female, smart female. I'm interested. I'm actually pretty interested. And written clean. I have enough internalization to understand and to feel without being told too much or shown too much, and things are just happening, and that's the way I like it. So this also a note. I made a note of the 4 that I have started already. My first one's name is Arya, second's name is Ari, third's name is Aldara, and the 4th name is Amelia. Just happen to pick books with all A character names? Yeah, okay. So book 5, chapter 1, Annabelle's Awakening. Another A name seems to be purely BDSM erotica, which is fine. I don't think the first chapter really needed to be there to set anything up. I did read past the first chapter just to see what was going on. It seems more like something I would skim on a day when my brain's not working and I don't want to do anything else, much like I did with Wright Brother. So, not bad. I think there's an audience for it, but it seems to be mostly just sex, and that's fine. Get after it. Not gonna be my pick for this month, though. Okay, so I read Bree's Submission. Yes. Last night, first chapter. Well written. Nice tension. Definitely a contender. I also read the first chapter of Saving Mars, and also really nice, really different because it's a sci-fi versus all the romances that I'm reading. Good. Want to give it a second chance. Don't feel right for this month, though. So that's where I am currently. I have 3 more to read, I think. One of which is Shadowborn, which I've started reading before, and I don't know how I feel about it. Oh, so I have 2 more, and then Heart of the Hunter. So I will be back with my decision and my comments on those 2 here in a moment. They both nice character, nice tension, nice development, clear storyline, and like not a lot of extra bullshit. So both of those books were good choices. Hey guys, so a little bit more updates on my 10 chapter challenge. I read Heart of the Hunter by Laura Adrian, and I got through half of the first chapter. The first chapter was long. I am not a fan of long chapters, and I stopped at a point where it was just a bit much for me. First comment was the long chapter. There's a prologue that I did read, as well, so like that's why I'm not too hard on myself for half a chapter. But there was a lot of telling and confusion for me in the first chapter. Like I got the first part of the story fine, but what happened after with this dragon chalice and this human, and I'm getting old, and something about his kids and the goddess lady, princess, whatever, I didn't understand what happened. So it's already like a for me. The writing style in general wasn't too bad. I just didn't connect at all with the innocent little princess girl, whatever she was, in trying to save her brother. I just didn't connect with the character and her reactions and whatnot. There was also moments of, because this is more of a historical, like epic fantasy type of thing, I didn't like some of the dialogue. It just seemed like what we think people back then sound like, and probably could have, I don't know, could have been played with a little bit more, I guess. I don't know what my real aversion to it was. I just felt about it. So, and then where I stopped, there's a little bit over the top tension that I just don't want to deal with. Men taking advantage of innocent women. I don't like the thieving from them, taking their guard, her not listening to the person who's supposed to be like saving her, protecting her, and getting him in trouble. It's not my kind of, I don't like that kind of shit. Would I come back to it and give it a second chance? Yes, I would. Maybe when I'm in a better mood. This isn't foolproof, so you know, sometimes my mood determines whether or not I like the first chapter of something, but I'm definitely willing to give it another go. So there was that one. In my 9th one, I'm pretty sure her name was Ariana too, by the way. Just putting it out there. Another A name. I know I read the first chapter of his Forbidden Omega, and there was another A name for him. I don't remember what it was, but it's there. Anyways, my comments for this one, this is by P. Jameson and Kristen Strassel. Overall, the writing was good. I did not like the growling and the dialogue tags other than said. I'm one of those people, like you said, use it sparingly. If you need something else, use an action tag. Drop a detail. Don't bog me down with countered, announced, growled, hissed. I don't like those things. To me, those are amateurish, so... This is also very highly dominant male in a way that might be too much for me, but I am not sure yet, so we will see. The fact that they came off of battle and everybody had a hard-on, that was a little bit fear-inducing for me, but there is good tension, there is good promise, and some fear of mine, but I would definitely be willing to give this a chance. I'm gonna pick it today. No. But definitely going in my second chance jar. And if I feel like it, because sometimes I just feel like reading some really fucked up smut, if that happens to me this month, I might pick this up. That's the vibe I get from that. And it's rather short. So I think it's under 200 pages. So it's doable. Anyways, I have one more to read. It's the one I've been putting off. So I'm going to go read Shadowborn, the first chapter now. And we'll see how I feel, which one I pick. Alright. I got through Shadowborn, first chapter, again. I had gotten farther the last time, I think through part of chapter 2 where I was frustrated. Some things to note. Most really nice writing in general. Like very internal, enough backstory without too much backstory, which was really nice. A few things. One, when you write t-shirt, it is either T-E-E, like he wore a T, or it is a T-shirt. Putting T-E-E space shirt, although acceptable, not common and really weird. Like that's not how that goes. That's not how that works. So that gives me like clanging against my grammar. There was some buried dialogue, which I'm not a fan of. One of the flashbacks that we saw of her gaining a vision of from the woman was highly cliched, and the only way you gonna leave me is in a body bag, bitch. Punch you in the face. It could have been way more tension, way creepier, and less cliche dramatic. And then there were just small bits of telling that I didn't think were necessary. Like, then I looked out the window to try to take my mind off of things. Now I'm going to show you what's out the window. I don't need you to tell me you're looking out the window to take your mind off of things. You can just look out the window, and I will go with you. Don't tell me. So, a few issues. I will give the second chapter another chance at some point. Today's not the day. But I'm gonna go figure out what book I want to read this month. Okay, I can't actually decide. So I think I'm gonna try 2 of them. I'm gonna keep going in both of them and see which one I end up with at the end of the month. So the first one is actually Bree's submission. It seems like it's full of short little stories in it, which sounds really cool. It was well written and it's sexy. So bonuses for that. And the other one is The Royal Companion, because strong female, civil unrest, and some dark fantasy, romancy elements in that too. So yeah, those are the 2 I'm gonna try to read this month. Kind of cheating a little bit, but more, right? More is okay. Okay, so if you want to know how I felt after reading through these 2 books, please join me for my restrictive wrap-up, which will be in the beginning of September, and I will let you know my thoughts. For now, I'm going to end this here. I'm going to read those 2 books, and let me know if you've read any of these, if you want to read any of these, if you think I'm a pompous asshole for the way that I judge the first chapters of these books. Let me know in the comments below, and I will see you next time. Bye, guys.